And now, the main news on Radio Singapore, brought to you by Moose Meeting and Zambia Catholic University. Radio Chingalo restoring everything in Christ with love and truth. Good afternoon with the main news. I'm Kennedy Barrett Jr. The headlines. No extension for voter registration. CNMC Luansha Copper Mine award workers 750 kwacha salary increment across the board. Lumwana Radiance suspend entire technical bench. The details. And kindly be informed that we are also streaming live on the Radio Chingalo Facebook page and of course our YouTube channel. As the voter registration exercise enters the third phase, 2,704,426 voters have been captured in the voters register. According to the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, the captured figure is from phase 1 and phase 2 respectively. ECZ Chief Electoral Officer Patrick Nshindano says as of Tuesday, which was the end of phase 2, 1,598,426 had registered as voters. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka this morning, Mr. Nshindano, however, maintained that the voter registration exercise will end on December 12, 2020, as system will automatically close.
704,426. So that is the total for phase 1 and phase 2. I know a lot of you want the breakdown.
Can you?
So phase 2, which closed this Tuesday, was 1,598,000.
That's Patrick Nshindano, ECZ Chief Electoral Officer. And Gears Initiative Zambia says it is concerned with what it has termed as uncensored statements from the head of state on the ongoing voter registration exercise. Gears Executive Director McDonald Jupenzi notes that President Edgar Lungu's response to Chief Simamba of Siavonga district that there is no possibility of extending the exercise is very unfortunate. He said this in a statement made available to Radio Chingalo News.
That the leadership, the traditional leadership, should instead encourage people to go and register instead of asking for an extension was very unfortunate and actually a humiliating and harassing statement towards the traditional leader. The innocent statement was not supposed to be responded in that manner because these traditional leaders have been encouraging their subjects to go and register. But when they go to the centers where registration is happening, they have been frustrated by long queues, by the sluggishness of the process.
Or is set for tomorrow's familiarization visit to Luansha Deanery by Catholic Diocese of Gondola Bishop Benjamin Piri. Blessed Matthias of Uganda Parish in Ron will host the Bishop's familiarization tour of Luansha Deanery. Bishop Piri is scheduled to celebrate Mass starting at 10 hours and later interact with priests and the faithful of Luansha Deanery. Bishop Piri last weekend visited Kitwe Deanery in Kitwe. Meanwhile, parishioners of St. Joseph Buchi Parish are giving advice to fellow Christians ahead of the Advent season. The parishioners say Christians should prepare adequately for the season by striving to be pure in heart and deeds.
Voilà, twafuirisha abalenzi wabaleetula mu musango ekyakusana kusana yenayo tungesa pokera Yesu Kristo nga bakristiani abeene abantu abengi baleetula mu musango yalekalekana ndefufuye bantu tufire twamona abalenzi abaleetula mu fintu ifyalekalekana twabafuirisha mpaka tukise pokera Yesu Kristo mu Christmas.
This time, iyo ifuye ngabakristiani iyo twalitekanishamo akuti Yesu Kristo iliyo aleeyisa asanga tuli abayipekanya bantu ninshitayimo oyo abantu abengira iki balekyula bambi bali mu maaso yalekanekana
ine nishita twaingira mu ya 20 kutsinanandako chiaumona omuntu obumi afuire kubaho akuipikanya nishira nshitwala ipekanya shamo tufuire twamona twayambira mukati ka mitima yesu noti kwambira okumona kuba yesu nemwine nga nayiteganya bwino mweno namona shira emisango esho nakwata ishakweba ati shaba bwino mulifi kristu tetinse mpokirire bwino fuire natampa okuichefya okuyirungika ero charanga fuirisha kufuti nokuyafuirisha kuba munyinane uwo ndiye munatsibisa kuya utairi bwino okubalungika inenga nshirungike okumona mubumi bwanti na munyinane tetsi mulungike.
And Catholic priest Father Benedictine Andwe says the faithful should exhibit a true Christianity in everything they do. He spoke during Mass with Radio Chinglo staff at St. Joe Chapel this morning. Now, unionized workers at CNMC Luansha Copper Mine have been awarded 750 kwacha salary increment across the board. This follows the successful conclusion of negotiations between the union and management of CNMC Luansha Copper Mine for the 2021 collective agreement. Speaking during the signing ceremony in Luansha this morning, Mine Workers Union of Zambia MUZA President Joseph Choe said the union was happy that it managed to have an increment for the workers at a Chinese-owned mine. Mr. Choe said the 750 kwacha salary increment would cushion the impact of the high cost of living that has negatively affected workers in the country. We now go to Chilabombo, where residents are calling for sensitizations on the dangers of gender-based violence, GBV, as Zambia continues to observe 16 days of activism against GBV. 16 days of activism against GBV, which runs from 25th November to 10th December 2020, is being observed under the global theme, Orange the World, Fund, Respond, Prevent, and Collect. Speaking to Radio Chinglo News in Chilabombo, some residents expressed concern with the continued reports of GBV cases, while others regretted that some GBV cases are ending up in divorce and murder.
Chimo chine naku ngachasanga kutati umwana kashemu ibeule bombeule leta fyonse eule tumbulula nisho mwana umwe takulala ngakongalanda kwatu kulombi ole pano nemwide ndiye bonde leta fyonse pale chochita nayo ila gender based violence wasanga tumome yonsala bala mutitikisha bantu tapale chocha mwana gwachi wakwata pamaka ya fintu fiya so uyu musango ichwa chichitwa muri mukutira abantu bafunga.
So for us as a nation to have this price, we need to look at the following points. The first one, I can state that we educate ourselves and others about gender-based violence. So in short, I'm trying to say the very first line of prevention is education. Once we educate people about it, it will come prevent.
Ikitunga chinchintira gender-based violence, uteko kwena walekisha kupanshira kuchitafenzitaize abekala chalo.
So umusango ingalengo kwatwali kutwachinje chokwatire nalo abantu tofo baleko kola makoshi bayishwa mu ngeno baleko kola lekonga step by step. Bakasanga chifintu pya babona no buka komaya.
Pope Francis has asked the faithful to ask from the Lord what you termed as a fraternal spirit. He says the faithful must be pushed to create healthier societies and a more dignified world, one without hunger, poverty, violence, and war. This was in a tweet on his page that ended with the hashtag Fratelli Tutti. In football, the poor performance by Lumwana Redianza in the FAS Super League has led to the immediate suspension of the entire technical bench led by senior coach Patrick Peary. In the interim, the club executive has subsequently appointed current captain Christopher Muntali, and he will be assisted by first choice goalkeeper Allen Ngeleka Katembwa and Victor Mwela, senior sports development officer under Lumwana Property Development Company. According to the media statement issued by club General Secretary Paul Mkandawire, Muntali's first assignment will be an away match against Butekon in Ndola. Out of the 5 games played so far, Lumwana have recorded 4 draws and 1 loss and are currently sitting on number 14 on the league standing table, just above the relegation zone. This news broadcast comes to you in the community service of Radio Chingalo with compliments of Muzmilling and the Zambia Catholic University. International news as monitored from the BBC. The Netherlands has returned to Nigeria a terracotta head thought to be at least 600 years old after it was intercepted at the Schiphol airport in Amsterdam in 2019. The artifact from the ancient Ife city in southwestern Nigeria was smuggled to Netherlands through Ghana using a forged document, according to a statement from Nigeria's Ministry of Culture. The Nigerian government won a case in Netherlands against the suspected smuggler and was allowed to regain possession of the artifact. For the rest of the stories, here is the BBC.
Raided its headquarters and detained several members who were on a hunger strike. The Stanley Seathrow movement said that some people were beaten as they were taken away. Will Grant reports.
At least 6 members of the Stanley Seathrow movement have been on hunger strike for over a week. They went on strike when one of their number, a rapper called Dennis Solis, was arrested and sentenced to 8 months in prison for contempt after he posted a video of a verbal confrontation with a policeman. Late on Thursday night in Havana, the group and its supporters reported that numerous police officers came into their headquarters, broke up the protest with force, and detained the hunger strikers. The Cuban government calls the group terrorists and accuses them of being paid by Washington, something the members of the group vigorously deny.
Thousands of protesting farmers are continuing to advance on the Indian capital Delhi, despite the authorities' efforts to stop them. Some have now arrived at the outskirts of the city. Police have blocked roads and are using batons and tear gas to try to halt their advance. The farmers from Punjab state are protesting against agricultural reforms they say will only benefit big corporations. President Trump has said he will leave the White House if Joe Biden is officially confirmed as the next president by the Electoral College, which meets next month. This is what he had to say when asked directly by a reporter.
Certainly I will. Certainly I will. And you know that. But I think that there will be a lot of things happening between now and the 20th of January. A lot of things.
This is the closest Mr. Trump has come to acknowledging defeat, but he continued to insist that the poll had been a massive fraud, without providing any evidence to support his claim. Mr. Trump went on to say it was going to be a very hard thing to concede.
And on that note, we end this afternoon's main news on Radio Chingalo. For these and more stories, you can visit our Facebook page, log on to Facebook and like the Radio Chingalo page and link to Radio Chingalo.radio12345.com. And always remember to watch the main news on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Radio Chingalo is also active on Radio Garden. And COVID-19 is still real. Therefore, wear a mask when in public, avoid large groups and maintain social distance, avoid unnecessary movements. Wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Kennedy Mbeo Jr. Do join us for the news summary coming your way at 16 hours.
The main news was brought to you by